Hello, this is Zellscap with Stained Glass Stories. How are you? There is an interesting story unfolding behind me, and I thought I would make a video out of it. So, my wife, Annikabell, back there, has been working on a project out here that she got started on while we were working on the forge, and this is definitely some kind of story unfolding behind me. Like, if you look around, there seems to be a mountain and a large, almost castle-like or bunker sort of building. And I know there's a story to this that she's wanting to tell. That this is a volcano that these people lived in the shadow of until it started erupting again, and they built this instead of just fleeing to another land, they built this bunker to live in and weather it. And I'm really looking forward to helping because she's invited me, to help with the landscaping of the volcano. And she's already kind of made the basic underlying shape she wants here. But I'm really looking forward to that, so I thought I'd make something out of it and take you along for the ride. Enjoy the story. So I'm really enjoying this replay mod and playing around with what all I can do with it. You can see here I'm just kind of spinning around the building in circles to give you a good look at what we were starting with as we looked at the building and made a couple adjustments before getting to the landscaping. I get sidetracked like that a lot when I'm working on any kind of art. But we had some thoughts for the roof together that thought we would help make it seem a little more built structurally. Coming over to the volcano, I was immediately thinking of I like candles a lot, and the way that, like, as the candle melts, it drips wax down the side of itself, and then that kind of builds more complexity to the candle. And I was thinking, well, this is molten rock instead of molten wax, but it's basically the same. We have this long dormant mountain volcano, and it's now been erupting for an age, so I was kind of trying to make like channels down the side of it where the lava is pouring and making more rock and then rechanneling. Here at the top, I really wanted it to look like full of lava. Annika was pretty insistent about that, like she wanted it to be lava pouring out of the top crater at least. Even if we had an internal chamber, and I wanted to do that. And I started playing with campfires for smoke, and I realized that I can have them under the lava and they don't burn up. So I started playing a lot with the scaffolding, trying to get the lava to cover as many of the campfires as I could. And that took me a while. Here I'm doing more of the building kind of like roots out at the base, where lava has already channeled and built more rock and solidified and is now pouring around. You can see me going up and down a lot, kind of just like planning out a route for the lava to spill. And that moment is always so satisfying, especially like the way lava kind of goes slowly, when it just kind of goes directly down the channels you want it to, almost perfectly. And a little bit of imperfection is good, though, because it makes it seem unpredictable and chaotic and like it's happening on its own, which it is. But I didn't want it to just kind of like cover the whole mountainside. I wanted it to be like dribbling down. Like, this is a long time sustained eruption that's been going on after the initial violent explosion. So, phrasing. Interesting, I know. I also kind of wanted to build like a cave into the side of the mountain here. with some either like a climbable walkway or stair that would go roundabout through near some lava up in, and have like a central chamber that is, I don't remember, to my shame, I don't remember the geological terms for it. I went to college and took some geology, but it's where you have a previous volcanic vent that has since clogged up below, and the passage has emptied itself out. And so you have a volcanic cavern, and then the volcano has basically forged itself a different vent route of venting lava. And so you have an inner chamber that may have a few breaches into it and have some visible lava, but is no longer completely pressurized and filled. And you see them a lot in any kind of fantasy RPG or game or book or movie where there's a volcano and there's lava, because it's like, it's one of the most intense visuals, so I wanted to have one of those in here, and you can see I'm in here hollowing it out. Whenever I do any kind of artwork like this, especially like in Minecraft or video games, I tend to do, this is sped up so much, like I tend to do, change a little something and then stop and look at it for a bit, and then change this little something and then stop and look at it, just kind of see how do I think it looks now. I'm very indecisive when I'm crafting or building, and like if you saw this at, if I posted this video as just like real time, real speed, it would be hours and hours and hours long. This is, I think, 5 or 6 hours of footage sped up, not counting what I cut, because I spend hours to do even just basic landscape sculpting like this, but I enjoy it greatly. So it always amazes me, like when I watch professional streamers and they're able to do something like this in just like one day, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I kind of also tend to, like, you see, I started that route at the base to connect those mountains, and then just like, oh wait, no, I'm gonna go over here and play with this lava and then come back. When I get indecisive about something, I tend to like put it down and then come back to it later and see if it looks different now, or see if there's someone I can ask. I'll very often pester Annikabell or Elfin Dreams and just be like, how do you think this looks? And they're like, that's your job. I'm really loving how the campfire is covered up with the lava looks, because it really feels like volcanic activity with the gas and smoke escaping in places like that, kind of scorching and burning parts of the landscape that it's just reaching, or maybe even escaping from underground in some places. You can see there I got the staircase up. This is a view from inside once I did some landscaping off recording, but I decided I wanted it to be a nether portal inside to this area from our nether tunnel, and so yeah, I kind of used coal and obsidian to transition there. A lot more magma in the architecture now to show just how hot it is in there, and that a lot of the rock itself is still molten and forming where it's right next to the lava. At this point, I haven't gone ahead and done that on the outside. One thing I really like about how Annikabell built this volcano to start with was that she has, and I think it might have just kind of come about in how she did it with the building material, but she has visible strata at different heights of the volcano, where you can see like periods where it's erupted, and then periods where it's eroded, and periods where it's just been pushed up geologically. Here I'm cutting kind of a circle around the area. It's not a circle, it's just a big rough area patch with the grass path to mark out kind of where I want the landscape to be mostly dead from the heat and ash much of the volcano. Since it's a continuous eruption, I feel like the spread of its influence has just kind of gradually encompassed the whole area, including the bunker, but the inside of the bunker is a bit more protected, and they're being more able to control their internal environment. Probably taking a mix of the volcanic ash from outside and cleaner soil from elsewhere. Maybe that they buy from those wandering traders who kept coming up to me while I was trying to spread lava. I don't know, but here you can see that I'm kind of starting to say, well, okay, what if there's a couple other vents besides the main vent and a couple offshoots going subterranean nearby, and surely this eruption will have been accompanied by some seismic activity. So taking some of the little Swiss cheese-like subterranean caves that dot the landscape in Minecraft, and I'm just kind of making them into canyons and collapsed trenches. Annikabell is there, just absolutely frantically converting the landscape to grass path for me, and oh look, she's done. Seriously, she did that in like a few hours. It was amazing, because I wanted it to look notably, like, distinctly like the Earth here is a different biome, to have that kind of feel. Also, grass path isn't spawnable, and so that's made it a lot safer while we're working on this. I'm still trying to decide kind of how I want to light some of the dirt areas that are out of reach of the lava at this point, but I'll probably come up with something.